This is Jay de Marcken with Artist Race Labs. We are at the Nurburgring, and I will be driving a BMW M4 GT3 in iRacing on the Nordschleife. This is in preparation for this week's practice session with the senior circuit in iRacing, and I will be taking one lap. I am finishing this one lap, the previous lap, on the back straight, and I will be giving you some comments along the lap, but I'll try not to yak too much. Um, Pay attention to the line, of course, and also the gear I'm in. I'll try to remind you of that as we go around the course. Also, I think the key to performing well at the Nurburgring is understanding elevation changes. And there are a lot of them. Obviously, there's 1,000 feet elevation between the lowest and the highest point of the track. But more importantly, there are a lot of little humps, jumps, compressions. And not all tracks have that. But this one is nothing but that. And if you understand that, and then whenever you're coming up to a crest, if you think about releasing the brake pressure if you're in a braking zone, or increasing brake pressure if you're in a compression, that will greatly help you. There are a few turns that if you don't understand this around this track, certainly in the opening laps of the race, you can go fly right off the track and into the guardrail. Uh, there's not a lot of room for error. If you do go off, you will hit a guardrail. Um, People learn that every day at the Nürburgring in real life. And they charge a hefty sum for every yard of guardrail they have to replace. This is one thing we don't have to do in iRacing, um, but let's try to keep it on the track. Anyway, here we go. Um, Starting on the back straight. So we have not yet reached the start and finish line. The start and finish line, yes. We have the old castle in Nuremberg on the right hand side. You shouldn't be really watching that. 6 gear, top speed. No need to lift as you go over the crest here. But this left-right chicane is a little tricky. We do lift, back on the power, and then off. And then downshift all the way to 2nd gear. Okay, here comes the start finish line. Here we go. Turn 1, recently renamed after Sabine Schmitz, who tragically died a few months ago. Fourth or 5th gear, somewhere here.
The replay was out of sync.
Excuse those couple comments that were made while we were recording this lap.
You were coming up on the essence before the 2 turns. You have to go push on the live button, I'll show you.
Disregard these comments, they'll be over shortly.
I'm trying to get a fast lap in now.
Okay, here we go. 5th gear, heavy lift, turn in early, double apex, back on the power. Full power through that turn, but not on lap 1. Not on full tanks or full tires. 6th gear, heavy lift, turn in really early, back on the power. It's critical to get back on the power in all of these fast turns. I stayed in 3rd gear here. You can opt to go into 2nd, but then you roll through the gears down the hill here. No lift. Shoot for that curve on the left. If you go over it, that's fine. I didn't do it this time around. Rolling through that chicane, left, right, in 2nd gear. Up through the gears again. A very fast double left-hander. 2nd turn here is very tricky. Back on the power. Critical to get back on the power. downhill here is pretty scary. Turn in early. Again, double, triple apex, whatever it is. Careful braking here. Easy to go off here. Car gets out of balance when you go over that curve. A little off balance again here. This is where Niki Lauda had his crash back in 1976 in the Ferrari F1 during the German Grand Prix. Again, early apex, hug that inside curve. Long uphill. Doubtful it will be useful to go into sixth gear. I do it. I like to downshift up here into fifth for this very fast speed move, but you can stay in fifth all the way through. There's no need to go into sixth. Back on the power. Heavy lift as you get over the hump here. Back on the power when the car settles. Getting to the carousel, it's important to turn into the carousel, dive in early. If you don't dive in early, you'll go right over the top. Straight it out as you get back on the power. Another couple fast turns uphill. Fifth gear, down to fourth. Modulate the throttle. Modulate, modulate. Down into third. Turn in early. Back on the power. Look for the curves on the left. Pavement, go right over it. Same thing here on the right. You have to go over those pavers. Whenever you see those pavers on the side of the track, they're there for a reason. They invented track limits before track limits were invented. Easy to miss a turn in, even though this turn is uphill. Jump, brake, turn in early, double apex, turn in early again, full power. Coming onto the Stefan Beloff S's. Get into sixth gear. Down 2 gears. Back on the power. Down into third. Important to get back on the power. Dive in early into the second mini carousel and stay at the bottom of it as much as you can. Lift. Back on the power. Hard, but then lift. Stay close to the curb on the right, or the car will totally drift and you'll have to lift again before you get on the straight. So it's very important to lift as you're getting on to that end of the right hander along that curve on the right side of the track. If you don't do that, you'll have to get off the power just as you want to get on the power for this very long straightaway. As you can see, we're going to be hitting 170, 171 miles an hour. Again, this chicane, very fast, lift, back on the power, lift, stay close to the rail on the left, down to second gear. Second, and here we have it. One lap of the infamous Nurburgring's Nordschleife. Our lap time for this lap was 6 minutes and 46 seconds. So, that's pretty much it. Go practice it. Lots of turns. iRacing allows you to crash and restart at certain sections of the track, so you don't restart a lap every time you crash. That is helpful as you are learning and and practicing here at this track. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you all soon.